are about to enter the Red and Rev Sports Show experience. Get ready for some real sports talk from some real sports fans who were real sports athletes who have sports knowledge.
Well. What's up, everybody? We are back at it again. Another Saturday, another date with my three co-hosts. Coach, where you at? Come on in and get started with you. There you are, buddy. All right, we are ready to go. Well, what's going on today? It's been a crazy week. Trevor Lawrence, we praying for you. Dodgers, we praying for Justin Turner and we praying for everybody he came in contact with. Not too happy about you winning, but congrats anyway. Tony La Russa back in the game. Why? NBA coaching carousel continues to spin, and the NBA season, surprisingly, is probably on its way back. What? College and NFL picks and more. This and more. Episode 161. I'm ready. Rev ready. And Coach, welcome back, buddy. I know you ready. Let's get it started. Let's not waste any more time. Episode 161. Let's begin.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Red and Rev Sports Show with Coach Patrick Thomas. We're coming to you live from the
ATL. Shout it.
Giving you real sports because we are real sports fans who are real sports athletes who have what?
Real sports knowledge.
Come on, hang out with your boys, Red, Rev, and the Coach for episode 161 of the Red and Rev Sports Show. So let's bring in our numerologist who is back from being on the sick and shut-in list. And let's see what Coach Thomas got for us for episode 161.
Hey, episode 161. We're back. Thank y'all. I'm glad to be back. Thank everybody for their prayers and well wishes and everything. 161, we're going to take it back. And you know, Red, around the 61, 60s, I had to go back in the days back when we were colored. I'm going to go back to 1961, where Roger Maris became the first person. He wore number 61, became the first person to break the 60 home run mark in a season. So that was back in 61. Roger Maris became the first to break the 60 home run mark. So he's my number 161 for the day.
All right, 161, Roger Maris, the original home run breaker, home run record
New York
breaker.
Yankees.
Right? All right, I'm
Good
here
one,
with
Coach.
feedback, gentlemen.
I think Billy Crystal directed a movie on HBO, Coach. I don't know if you remember, detailing like the whole race.
61, I remember.
Okay.
Yeah, 61. Oh, yeah.
All right, gentlemen. Well, let's get ready to start this episode 161. Thanks, Coach, for giving us Roger Maris. I'm hearing a little feedback. Y'all hear that feedback?
Not
on your end? All right, let me see if I can work that out on my end because I'm hearing a little feedback, and it may be from one of these devices. But nevertheless, welcome back, Coach, man. How you feel?
Hey, man, I'm blessed. Glad to be back. Glad to be here. You know, like I said, thank everybody for the prayers and well wishes. It was a little touch and go. Had to almost fight a nurse. Oh, no, I didn't have to fight them. They were real good people, and everything was fine. And I'm back. So, and I thank you for your assistance, Rev. Appreciate it.
I will have my gas bill ready for you. All right, sooner than later. All right. Now
if it was that nurse from this season of Fargo, Coach, I don't blame you for fighting her.
Oh Lord, I'm not messing with her. No.
Yeah, you might have to fight that type of nurse.
All right, well,
No,
fellas, we are messing with some new technology. We moved the show from Zoom to StreamYard. Let's see what we're talking about. See who got it going. Sister Harris says, "Good morning, gentlemen. Welcome back, Coach."
Oh, okay. Rev, I can't see the comments.
Yeah, I know because I'm highlighting.
Oh, okay.
And then what's up, Armani? What's going on, man? Welcome back, Coach. You're getting love. And then we got another comment from Sister Shanique Isaac. Glad to have you, Sister Isaac. And she says, good morning and good morning to you. So, man, we got this new technology that we're playing around with so we can make the fans even more a part of this wonderful, wonderful show. Let's get ready, man. Let's do our section that we normally do. Dope, nope, and cope. So let's get ready to talk about our dope, nope, and cope moments for this respective week. And we'll start with the guy who's off the sick and shut in. Coach, what you got for us, man? For your dope, nope, and cope. Well, your dope moment at this time. What you got for us?
Well, my dope moment goes to the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. You know, that's a lot to pronounce. I'll say it 3 times fast. They are 5-0. They are ranked. Can you believe it? And they get national love all around, especially for their after the game WWE celebration where they came off the top rope on the Georgia Southern mascot, and it went viral everywhere, getting all kind of play. But hey, Coastal Carolina, enjoy it while you got it. You 5-0 and ranked in the top 25, so they get my dope moment of the week.
All right. Oh yeah. All right, Red. What are you doping on?
Well, I was gonna dope on something that happened previously on Sunday, but I think I'll keep it more recent. I dope with Falcons linebacker. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce his first name. I just go with his last name. Falcons linebacker Oluokun. I think that's about close as I can get it to right. Anyway, that guy's performance on this past Thursday and the game he had before he got injured. This guy is proving that he might be a beast. I am loving this guy. I mean, double-digit tackles Thursday, double-digit tackles the game before he got hurt. This guy is actually making it rain in the Falcons linebacker court. Debo might have a new buddy on the side of him. Falcons linebacker Oluokun. I'm going to call him Dr. Harvard, another Fargo reference, coach, because he actually went to Harvard. So Oluokun for his performance, making the Falcons defense look somewhat respectable since Raheem Morris took over, who's actually 2-1 since he's taken over. I don't want to give the Falcons too much love, but definitely Oluokun deserves my dope moment for the week for his play in the Falcons' very bad defense, but he is a bright spark in it.
All right. Oh, yeah.
Somebody give me his first name. I don't know how to pronounce it. I barely got his last name pronounced.
All right. Then let me just show some love to Kelly. Kelly saying, hey, y'all. What's going on, Kelly? Glad to have you.
What's up, Kel?
Today. All right. Gentlemen, I'm doping on Dave Roberts. Got to give the black man some love. The manager of the Los Angeles Dodgers. He kept his job. He has some job security for at least another 3 to 5 seasons. So I want to dope on him because had he not won this World Series, he would have been cut off. So Dave Roberts, you can keep on working for the Dodgers.
Excellent. Absolutely excellent.
All right. Continuing with our dope, nope, and cope moments. Fans, y'all can feel free to share yours as we're going on. Red, it's on you, man. What are you noping on?
Oh, real quick, do you guys know the other black manager? There's only 2 black managers who won the World Series. You guys know the other one?
No, who is it?
I don't know.
Toronto Blue Jays.
Cito Gaston.
There you go. There you go.
Not the great Cito.
Yes, sir.
He kind of throws me off because he doesn't look like your traditional African American. That's why I didn't need to think about him.
Red, that sounds like something I would say.
I'm just saying, because I always looked at him as some other, ethnicity.
I feel you look at him like Moises Alou or Felipe Alou, right?
Yeah, like Hispanic or something like that. But you're right.
Okay.
And I'm not taking any shots at Hispanic. He just look more like Hispanic. Like folks say, I look Ethiopian. So it's all good. But now let's go ahead on that. Before I put my.
All right. I'm not gonna get the note that I know everybody probably gonna give this week. I'll save it for one of y'all others to say, and we might talk about it when we talk about baseball anyway. So I'll say that one. If one of y'all want to talk about it, you can. I'll give my note for field goal kickers in the NFL this week. Oh my God, these field goal kickers have really harmed me. And if I don't win my second NFL trophy this year, it'll be because of these sorry field goal kickers who have continued to let me down this football season. I mean, I don't even want to talk about it because I know we're gonna get highlighted later about how bad of an NFL week I had. But I just want everybody to know it's all thanks to these inconsistent and incompetent field goal kickers. I'm like Skip Bayless. I want field goal kicking just thrown out the game, man. Coach, I know you're laughing, but I'm serious. I want field goal kicking out.
All right.
No!
All right. My note moment goes to Atlanta Falcons fans. With the Falcons continuing to win these unnecessary games, we are not going to get Trevor Lawrence. We are not going to get Justin Fields. So that's my note moment. So let us start redirecting our sports attention somewhere else, because neither one of those guys are going to be on the board by the time we draft, because we're going to win too many insignificant games. So we might want to start thinking about the kid from North Dakota State if he's as good as advertised, because it looks like Matt Ryan's going to probably hang around another 2 years, and this kid from North Dakota State may have to be his backup and sit behind him for 2 years before they put him into action. So
Yeah, he might be gone too, real.
we'll see. So that's my note moment. No Trevor Lawrence, no Justin Fields coming to the Atlanta Falcons. All right, Coach, what are you noping on, sir?
I'm noping on the saga between John Ross and the Cincinnati Bengals. Apparently, the Bengals, I don't know if they're holding him hostage or whatever, but he wants to play and he is not playing. So he has come out and just said, hey, y'all trade me if you don't want to play me. And it's starting to get a little ugly, some words going back and forth. The Bengals hadn't said they're going to trade him or not, but he's missed, I think, 4 out of the 5 games. And he said he was ready to play. And he was a high draft pick back when he got picked a few years ago. And he's a speedster. He said he can play, but he's only caught a few yards. So this may get uglier before it gets better. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I think it made it to the media now. So I'm noping on that feud between John Ross and the Bengals. I don't know if it's going to get settled. Only way I think they can settle it is trading.
All right.
Oh, come on!
All right, here we go, gentlemen. My quote moment goes to Atlanta Braves fans, because that could have easily been our World Series this past week. All we had to do was just beat the Dodgers one game, being up 3-1. We could have had a social distancing parade on Peachtree Road, watching the Atlanta Braves hoist their second World Series trophy here in Atlanta. But unfortunately, we have to cope, bro. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, but didn't. So that's what I'm coping on. All right. Red, what are you coping on?
Yeah, I gotta follow that rail. What am I coping on? Probably what you were noping on. These gullible and delusional Atlanta Falcon fans like you sitting up here cheering for a win on Thursday. I kept telling them we really don't need to win. But hey, we got the win, so fine. But here we go again with them thinking that all of a sudden our problems are fixed. No, our problems are not fixed, you guys. We beat Minnesota, who's just as sorry as us and probably going to have a high draft pick like us. And we beat Carolina, who really, let's be real, they were an overrated team with an okay record, but honestly, they just as sorry, just as on the lower tier of NFL teams as we are. They proved that Sunday when they lost to the Saints. They proved that Thursday when they lost to us. Okay, the Panthers are no good, and neither are the Falcons. So I don't know why all these Falcon fans thinking change is about to happen. No, it's not. Okay, look, once after this Denver game, reality is about to set in. The Falcons might win a last game this Sunday. Well, not this Sunday, but next Sunday. After that, forget it. Okay, 3-13, no more than 4-12 or 5-11 is what we're gonna pick. And unfortunately, thanks to all the other sorry teams in the NFL, Lawrence and Fields are going to be off our radar because we're winning too many meaningless games, like Rev said. And these delusional and gullible Falcon fans keep getting revved up every week. Come on, Falcons. Don't let me down. I need a win. No, you don't need a win. We need to lose. I'm sorry, Rev.
All right, man. All right.
Not the background music.
Coach, what are you coping on, man?
Well, I'm gonna give a cold moment to the Penn State Nittany Lions because I wonder how it feels to be eliminated in the first 2 weeks of from the national championship picture. You got to cope with that all year because you lost to Indiana, a team that if you plan on being a great team, you should have mollywopped, but you lost to Indiana. Now you got to turn around and play a very angry and determined Ohio State team. Penn State, cope with not playing for a national champion for another year, not even for the Big 10 title, 12 title, because you're about to be 0-2. So goodbye, Penn State.
This season has officially exploded. All right, man. Let's see what comments we have from the fans on today. Here we go. Let's see. Vincent Woodruff says, good morning. Good morning to you, Brother Vincent. And then he laughed at something. We don't know what he laughed at. He talked about classic implosion.
Falcons.
Chris Trailer talking about right, Red. So, Red, you got a witness right there. And Vincent Woodruff got some more laughter going on. Chris Trailer, good morning to you, bro. Glad to have you. We appreciate it. Well, that was felt because he corrected his spelling. My bad. All right. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to the Red and Rev Sports Show. Feel free to hit the share button. As y'all can see, we're messing around with some new technology. We moved our show from Zoom to StreamYard so we can make y'all even more a part of the Red and Rev Sports Show. So we're grateful for that. Let's move on to the next topic, gentlemen, and let's talk about this World Series recap. We know what happened. The Dodgers win the World Series in 6 games. So, gentlemen, you all are the baseball aficionados. So what y'all got to say about the World Series? Go with it.
Kevin Cash, you gotta be the biggest dope in baseball history, man. What a moron. I mean, yeah, the Dodgers won, but this one could have really been a nice fought out 7-game series. And Kevin Cash just kept his butt in the dugout and let his boy Blake Snell continue pitching the masterpiece that he was doing. I mean, no, he already done got killed throughout the baseball world. Ain't nothing too much me and Coach can pretty much say, but we're gonna try to, continue to bash it. It was just a bad decision by Kevin Cash to pull Blake Snell. I mean, the Dodgers might have won anyway, but still, you exercise every avenue possible to keep your team alive. And when you got a pitcher like Blake Snell, what in the world do you have him on the team for? If you're not going to use him to his fullest capacity in Game 6, did you not see the Yankees in Arizona? No, not the Yankees in Arizona. It was the Yankees in Boston series. Boston down 3-1. They used a dominant pitching to get back in it. They didn't yank Kurt Schilling out in Game 6 when he was dominating. No, they kept him out there, even with the bloody sock, even with the blood dripping from his ankle. They kept him out there and rolled their arm until he couldn't pitch no more. And you, Kevin Cash, gonna sit there and take your man out after 70 measly pitches? Man, that arm could have went 100 pitches, man. You completely deserve everything you got, all the ridicule, all the criticism, and really you deserve a little bit more. How you kept your job after that let you know that your bosses are not that hard, but if you were coaching for Boston, the Yankees, Man, I can think you might have got fired if you were coaching for the Braves doing something that crazy. But dude, you're lucky, Kevin. You're lucky you're in Tampa Bay, Florida. Because if you coaching any big market baseball team, you would have been out the door, dude. That was a bonehead move, and it will be talked about for years to come. And how Blake Snell will ever trust you again, I have no idea. I wouldn't be surprised if Blake Snell make a trade demand because I don't know how any of those guys trust you again. Now I think Dave Roberts bounced back from an egregious move like that, but that's the Dodgers. Maybe you might survive. You know, if Dave Roberts survived, maybe you might survive. But Kevin Cash, you don't deserve to survive. That was a bonehead move that's gonna be talked about for years to come. But congratulations to the Dodgers. But we all would have loved to see the Rays force a game 7, so we could have seen the Dodgers on their heels, nervous in a pressurized game 7 for the whole world to watch. Thank you, Kevin Cash, for robbing us of our dreams. I'm done. Coach, kill him.
Hold on right quick, Coach. As you all can see, the comments are being shown while people are talking. Well, I had to pause right quick. Vincent Woodruff said, "Red, that wasn't blood on Kurt Schilling's sock. That was ketchup." All right, Coach. That was hilarious. Coach, what you think about the World Series? Go with it, Coach.
Well, analytics kills teams. Everybody talks about analytics. This is the new buzzword around. But why don't you just coach? That usually wins games for me. Just go out there and coach. Your player's fine. He pitching. He doing fine. Unless he told you that something was wrong, he gives up a soft single, and that's it. And not only that, he ran out there like Blake Snell was going somewhere. And Blake Snell turned, and unfortunately the camera caught how he felt, which probably I don't blame him, but that analytics stuff needs to go. I haven't seen anybody win a World Series or will win a World Series with analytics. So, Kevin Cash, if you lucky to survive, just coach and go with your coaching instinct. Not, well, the analytics say that he should come out because of the pitch count is elevated over the 2 times 2 and the square root of pi, all that stuff. Man, just coach. That's why you lost. Congratulations. I don't like you, but congratulations.
All right. So Coach is not a fan of analytics. So we see that analytics backfired once again, like his Houston Rockets during the NBA season. So
real taking shots at the coach.
Well, I didn't watch one pitch of the World Series, so I have nothing to add. But once again, we see how analytics failed a team from winning a potential championship. We have some more confidence coming up. Vincent Woodruff said Cash possibly analyzed himself out of a job. And then Vincent also said, think long, think wrong. No diggity, no doubt. All right, gentlemen, let's move on real quickly to something that took place this past week. And it's a shocker. Who would have ever thought this would have happened? Here it is. Tony La Russa as Chicago White Sox manager. Who saw that one coming? Who saw that one coming? Tony La Russa is in his 70s.
I thought he was in a nursing home.
And he's coming out to be the next manager of the Chicago White Sox. Coach, I want to hear from you first, man, and then we'll hear from Red. What do you think about this hire?
I'm gonna guess that Tony was bored. I guess he sitting in the rocker just watching, and I guess something in his mind said, "I can do that." So he decided to wake up, go to Chicago, and say, "Look here, I won a World Series. Could y'all hire me?" And Chicago fell for it and said, "Yeah, come on, you got experience. You can get us to the World Series." Well, I'm trying to figure out what did the last manager do wrong. he got the White Sox to the playoffs for the first time in forever. So what did he do wrong? I'm lost why you fired him, but now you got the grizzled veteran, and I do use grizzled veteran very highlighted in caps, Tony La Russa. It's not going to help him win the World Series. Tony can coach, but I don't see it being a World Series high. And I'll say in a couple of years, Tony will get tired and Chicago will get bored and they'll depart from each other, and that divorce will be finalized.
All right. Well, Coach has spoken. What are your thoughts about this hire, Red?
Like I say, I agree with Vince saying some Chicago retirement home just lost a resident. I have absolutely no idea what Tony was thinking. I thought he was long past retirement days. I mean, he got lucky. Albert Pujols won him a World Series back when the Texas Rangers choked a few years ago. I mean, talk about going out on top. Now you want to come back to leave in a losing way because, like Coach said, White Sox ain't winning no World Series no time soon. Yeah, they are an improved team, but to think you just finna jump over all these good teams in the American League over that hump just because you got Tony La Russa, okay? What is this, the Italian job? No, this is Major League Baseball, man. And Tony, I don't think, do you understand that the White Sox are the most pro-black team in baseball, and you gonna try to coach them? I didn't know you was in touch like that with Black Lives Matter, those type of organizations, Tony, because you gonna have to coach these young White Sox, man. You need to know the players you coaching, Tony, okay? Know your team, all right? So, like I say, this is gonna be interesting, but I agree with Coach. They not gonna win the Central. You got the Indians, you got the Twins, you got the the Royals coming up. You got the Tigers on the rise. That's gonna be a tough division soon. I don't think Tony is gonna make it through that gauntlet or over there. So you got a lot of young teams on the rise in that division, and they hired Tony to get them over the hump. I just think there was a lot of other younger managers, a lot more managers in tune with today's athlete that they probably could have took a look at instead of going way back in the time machine, way back in the time capsule to bring out somebody whose greatest days were in the late 80s. Okay, so sorry, I disagree with the hire. I believe there were a lot more younger managers, a lot more in tune managers with today's athlete that they could have gave a chance to. So just another retread.
All righty. So Red is clearly not happy about the hire. I thought it was a stretch. I guess they're expecting him to try to bring back some of that Oakland Athletic and St. Louis Cardinal magic. But we'll see if the game has indeed definitely passed him by. So we'll see. How long do you think this experiment would take place? Real quick.
2 years.
2 years? Coach, what you got?
Two and a possible.
You play the game of spades, Coach?
Yes, sir. All day.
Hilarious,
Two and a
man.
possible. I don't see it.
Okay. And Vincent Woodruff has a comment. This is the one time where being an ageist shouldn't be held against me. The Sox were reaching on this one. And Vincent agrees with you guys. He's giving it 2 more years. So we'll see who's the right prophet on this one. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens to one Tony La Russa and the Chicago White Sox. All right, gentlemen, we're going to get ready to shift gears in just a moment, but I hope everybody is enjoying the new technology that we're seeking to bring your way to enhance the show. I hope you don't mind your comments being shown to everybody. So this is how we're rolling, and I hope that you love it. So we're going to get ready to talk college football, and something went down in the college land that nobody saw coming that could affect the balance of the NCAA season. And what is that, Rev? We'll show it to you Trevor Lawrence, the golden boy who coach calls Sunshine from Remember the Titans, contracts COVID-19. He contracts COVID-19. So I'll start with you, Red. What were your thoughts when that came down the pipe, that Trevor Lawrence contracted COVID-19?
Well, my thoughts and prayers were with Trevor at first, wishing him, hopefully a speedy recovery, and I hope his symptoms are not too serious, and that he gets healthy as quick as possible. That first, his health first. I want him to get healthy as quick as possible, and hopefully back on the football field. I'm pretty sure Clemson wants him back on the field as quick as possible. But now, as far as the sports territory, it affects Clemson in a big way because he's the best player. I mean, now we haven't seen the backup come in yet, but are we just gonna put all our stocks and faith and belief in a backup we've yet to see play? I mean, it's gonna affect them. Now, how much is yet to be seen. We'll find out today. But to act like them missing possibly the best player in the country, that acting like that's not gonna affect them, that's crazy. It's gonna have an effect on the team. Now, how much will it affect them to the point where they just can't win any games? Well, hopefully not, because that'll make Dabo look bad. But it's definitely gonna have an effect on the team. How huge, how big, yet to be determined, because we don't know how long he's gonna be out. It's definitely gonna affect this week, and I'm hearing from some medical experts. I think Dr. Myron Rolle came out and pretty much guaranteed that he's going to be out for the next 2 weeks. So definitely the next 2 weeks are going to be affected. Now, how much? I guess we'll find out when we look at that win and loss record in the next 2 weeks. But first and foremost, we're just pulling for Trevor to get healthy first. We're pulling for him to get well soon first. And hopefully he have a speedy recovery and can head back out to the football field once he gets the medical clearance. But for us to act like it's not going to affect Clemson, it's going to affect them. But hopefully Dabo has done enough good recruiting to where they can hold serve just till he get back. But to think they can win it all without Trevor Lawrence, you sadly mistaken.
All right, Coach, I want to lift up what Vincent Woodruff just brought up to kind of shift gears, because I'm sure you share the same sentiment as Red, where you're showing your sympathy and condolences to him contracting COVID-19. Vincent Woodruff says they have Boston College this week and Notre Dame next week. Will the absence of Trevor Lawrence hurt them in either week? What you got to say, Coach?
Well, unfortunately, I'm gonna take a different approach. Now, the young man backup, DJ Uiagalelei, whatever, I can't pronounce his name. He's 6'4", 245, and he was the number one quarterback prospect in the country when he came out. So Clemson is going to be all right against Boston College. But, and I do say but, and somebody can challenge me on it, it's okay. I will bet you $1,000 against a bucket of old mud that Trevor Lawrence is back on the field against Notre Dame next Saturday. I don't care what protocol, Jodeci, I don't care what it is. You best believe that game, number 1 against number 4, is not going to have Trevor Lawrence in it. You got to be kidding me. He will be on that field because he's going to call Nick Saban. What did you do, Nick, to get better and get those negative tests? And there we go. Sprinkle, shot, whatever it's got to be. He'll be on that field against Notre Dame next Saturday. I hope he gets better. I hope he is feeling mild symptoms, but I guarantee you he's not missing that Notre Dame. And Boston College, that young kid that's back there in the center, they're not going to have any problem with Boston College, but he's going to be back on the field against Notre Dame.
All right, Coach is guaranteed that he's going to be back on the field against Notre Dame. Here, Vincent Woodruff says, facts, Coach. I was about to say, was he going to get some of that COVID-19 treatment that Nick Saban got? But you clearly are agreement that he's gonna get it.
No, I agree 100%, coach. It sound if Saban coach versus UGA, yeah, they're especially if he's saying he don't have any scepters and he feeling good. Oh yeah, they gonna do everything they can to get him on that field. And another thing, if they lose to Boston this week, oh yeah, I guarantee he's gonna be on the field next week against Clemson. They ain't better take 2 losses in a row, especially if Trouble saying he feel fine.
All right. Well, it's going to be interesting to see if he is on that field, and I don't doubt that he will probably be on the field because that game has too many NCAA playoff implications for him not to be on the field. So we'll see, and we'll see what happens. Chris Traylor said we already got a few questionable COVID issues in sports. What's one more? That's a good one, Chris. That's a good one. All right, gentlemen. Well, it's about that time to move into our picks, and we're going to see what's going on in pick land. Let me see. All right, let's get ready to share this screen real quickly to see what our picks are looking like. Okay. I'm having a little issue picking it up real quickly. So on this new site, let me see if I can get it right so we can get these picks in. It's not coming in like I wanted to. All right, so let's get ready to go in. Just to let you all know what we're working with. Last week, Red went 2-2. He lost Minnesota and SMU. His record is now 8-5 for college picks. I went 3-1. I lost the SMU game that moved my record to 10-3. And now Coach is 3-1. He went 3-1 last week. He lost SMU and he still has a game lead over me. He is 11-2. He's 11-2. So that's where we are with the picks. So we got to get ready to go into this week's picks in just a moment. Let me get everything straight. And I'm wearing a lot of hats today, trying to be the producer as well as the host. So let me try to get some stuff straight because I see we still got Trevor Lawrence up there, and we're about to make these NCAA picks. And we know that the Georgia game is coming up real quickly at 12 o'clock. So before we go into the picks, let me just ask Rev real quickly, and then Coach, you could chime in. Which direction will Georgia go? Stetson Bennett, JT Daniels?
Rev, I think it's being proven that Stetson Bennett is a game manager. He is not the quarterback that is gonna take us all the way to the championship. JT Daniels, I don't know if he's the quarterback that's gonna take us to the championship. So it's possible we're gonna have to find out about him because I already know what Stetson Bennett's ceiling is. He cannot beat a team like Alabama. He can possibly beat these garbage teams, but when it comes time to play the playoffs or one of these good teams to go somewhere, Stetson Bennett is not our guy. So the best thing we have to do is find out if JT Daniels is our guy. So it starts today versus Kentucky, but still, that's not even a good measuring stick to decide if JT Daniels if our guy will win over Kentucky. I still need to see him get some real valued competition. But definitely, I know Stetson Bennett is not the guy. So, like I said, we got to find a quarterback. We got to find that quarterback that's gonna get us over the hump. Stetson Bennett is not it. JT Daniels, question mark.
All right, Coach. Who does Georgia go with? You have a little dog in the race for JT Daniels. Once was your quarterback for your team, the USC Trojans. So should Georgia move him up to the front seat?
I don't think it's going to happen against Kentucky. I think they're going to stay with the aforementioned Stetson Bennett. They're going to stick with him for this game. Kentucky, questionable defense. They struggled and giving up a lot of points. So unless Stetson Bennett goes out and has a 2-3 interception game, they're going to stay with him. JT Daniels, they still got time to work with that. So they're gonna kick the tires on old Stetson again and let him go out there. So he's gonna start. Stetson Bennett's gonna be the starting quarterback.
So, Rev, when do you expect a potential quarterback change? Since you know that Stetson Bennett is not the answer, so that means that Georgia needs to make a change before the SEC championship game, at least, where they most likely will see Alabama. So when do you think that change might take place? Against what team on the schedule?
Well, who are we going with today? Stetson?
Yeah, he hadn't lost his starting position.
Oh my God. Well, I would guess that we're gonna have to make a change between now and the SEC game. Now, who's the team we play next week?
I believe it's Florida.
Florida, we might have to make it for that game. That's a big game. Might have to make a change, especially if Stetson come out today and just manages the game. If he don't come out today and actually put it on Kentucky, then we definitely need to go for a change next week. If we just barely hanging on and he just manages the game versus Kentucky today, definitely it's time to make a change now or never. But definitely, I would definitely make a change before the Florida game next week. He will probably survive Kentucky today, but definitely before that Florida game.
All right. Well, let's get ready to jump right in here and make these NCAA picks. I'm going to give us a little music, and we'll go right into it. Vince has said the cocktail party is indeed next week.
Yeah, I have my drink, Vince.
And Chris says, I think Stetson comes through. So he's not agreeing with you.
He's not gonna come through for no national championship. I don't care about these regular season games, man. We trying to win a ring. Now, is he gonna come through in the SEC championship? Is he gonna come through in the college playoffs? Because if not, then Stetson can stay steady on the bench.
All right. Well, let's get ready. Let's get ready, gentlemen, make these picks. All right, we'll give us some music in just a moment as we make these picks. And fans, you all can join us as you may want to. Feel free to post your picks in the chat. Here we go. And you can give it to us in real time, and we'll put them up. All right, let's get ready to do this. Here we go. First game, Memphis versus number 7, Cincinnati. We're going to go with you, Coach. Who you got?
Woo! Boy, Cincinnati, number 7. They may want to take a snapshot of that. I don't know. They got number 7 because of by default. So, but they're playing ball. They beat SMU. I thought SMU had an offense that could hang with them. But against Memphis, who know up and down, I'm gonna go with Cincinnati for the win.
All right. So Coach is rolling with Cincinnati. Who you got, Red?
I'm rolling with Cincinnati too. That was an impressive win versus SMU last week. And Cincinnati is a physical team. They got some defense. Their defense is playing out of this world. And one thing Memphis don't have is a defense. They got offense, but when you playing a team that can score and stop you, I'll take that team versus a team that can just score. And the defense giving up almost 30 points a game. So you go into Cincinnati house, I'm pretty sure the defense gonna give up some points to them. But guess what? Cincinnati can stop you, Memphis, and that's what they're gonna do. Just enough times to get the victory at home today. Cincinnati.
All right, Vincent Woodruff has Memphis. Kelly says she likes going to Memphis, but she thinks Cincinnati's going to win. I'm rolling with everybody on this panel. It's definitely Cincinnati. Even though I haven't seen them play a down of football, the score was convincing enough for me the way they manhandled SMU. So I'm definitely going with Cincinnati. Got to do it. All right, Kelly, your team made it this week again. Plays against Georgia Tech. We know there was a massacre the last time we picked the Georgia Tech game. Will it be part 2 of a massacre, Red? Number 4, Notre Dame play Georgia Tech. Who you got?
I definitely don't have no Georgia Tech. I tell you that. I can't believe we actually picking this game. This is not gonna take long. Notre Dame easily in a blowout downtown Atlanta. I don't care where they playing. Notre Dame, Brian Kelly gonna have his boys ready to put up some points over Georgia Tech. And that Georgia Tech coach who was crying this week, I think wasn't that Georgia Tech coach who went off this week in the media? Okay, wait, oh boy, if you went out this week, I can't wait to I can't wait to see what you say after y'all get beat this week, coach. So Notre Dame and after game preview after party to hear coach's media session. Jeff Collins can't wait to hear your media session after this week, okay? But Notre Dame for the win. Kelly, you might wanna snap too after this week because it's gonna be a toilet bowl party for you.
She said we keep trying to. We keep trying. We keep trying. Now, last time we undersold how big that Clemson game was going to be, how big that victory was going to be. We undersold it because I thought I was being generous to say they were going to lose by 30, and they wound up losing by almost 70 points. So I apologize. I apologize to the fans for underselling that massacre that they took at the hands of Clemson. I don't think it's going to be as bad, but I give it 21 point. I'm gonna go with Vincent Woodruff. I'm gonna put that up again. Vince said 20. I'm gonna go with about 20 points. Yeah. It would be 40 if it were on the road, but I'm gonna give Georgia Tech a pride loss, and they only lose by 20 this time. All right, so I'm going with the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Who you got, Coach?
Kelly. I'm gonna be sympathetic to you.
Coach, you see she going with jackets by field goal. You feeling her on that? You feeling her on that?
Stopping the game after the first few minutes. As soon as Tech kick a field goal, they stop it. Kelly, unfortunately, it's Notre Dame, and I don't like Notre Dame. I don't think they're gonna blow you out, but y'all gonna learn the true meaning of the word rambling wreck this weekend. I'm so sorry for you, but it's not gonna be the game that you want to watch. But guess what, Kelly? I'm not gonna say they're gonna beat you by 30. I'm gonna go down to 15.
Okay, 15. And breaking news. Vincent Woodruff said Clemson just scored again.
Stop.
Kelly go counsel us, y'all.
Kelly, what Vince said that would mean the whole Irish team contracted COVID if Georgia Tech beats. Wow.
Especially by a field goal.
Here's Armani.
Oh,
Armani. He said 52-14, Notre Dame. And
14.
Yeah, and then coach means 15 times 4.
Oh my God.
And then Kelly's asking us the question, why y'all pick this game? The shame. It was a short. The slate wasn't that great, Kelly. So we had to give room for Georgia Tech, man. We had to give room for Georgia.
Yeah.
Show you some love.
Showing them some love. We want you to be that prophetess that you just said. They're gonna win.
Y'all are at home, Kelly. Don't y'all have some home pride? After the coach snapped this week, I'll be scared. All the players should be worried they're gonna have a place to sleep if they don't come out and play this week. I'll take away their dormitory passes and everything.
Say it again, Red. They at home. You can go to the varsity after the game. It's all right.
Yeah, because the coach gonna take away their food passes when they lose this game, so they're gonna need to go to the varsity. Take away their food passes, their dormitory. They ain't gonna even have no student center privileges after this week, man. It's gonna be books and football. Practicing football.
It's hilarious. That's hilarious. There goes Kelly talking about we putting on some shit.
Oh, what about Kelly Shea when she was talking about Jackson State and UGA a few weeks ago? Remember all of that? She talking about Shea. We showing her who the real Shea folks are now.
All right.
Joe Notre Dame by 50.
All right. We got a couple more comments. Amani says Georgia Tech recruiting sucks, which is why they suck. We're going to give him a little bit more chance. This is only his second year, Amani, so we're not going to give him the suck label right now. All right, Vincent Woodruff, the Jackets might as well go on across the street to the varsity. He says, watch the traffic, though.
Hey, they gonna find out the true meaning of why we call them the yellow junkies. Because that's what they're going to play like today, the yellow junkies.
Rev, okay, she's saying it's shady. Okay, Kelly, so what if we never mentioned Georgia Tech on the show? What would you say then? What if we never say anything about them?
Y'all never talk about my yellow jacket. Y'all always talk about you.
We're giving them some time. We're recognizing that there is another school that plays football in Georgia besides UGA. So we're trying to give Georgia Tech, and all Georgia Tech has to do is come up with a big W, and we'll talk about them in a positive light, but it ain't happening this week. Let's move on to the next game, gentlemen. It's about to kick off in just a moment. Georgia, number 5 against Kentucky. It's on me. I got Georgia. I think Georgia's going to win by 3 touchdowns. I think they're inspired. They had an off week to fix up some of the mishaps that they had against Alabama. Hopefully Stetson Bennett has a better understanding of the offense so he won't throw 3 picks again because we don't need all those turnovers. So give me Georgia by 3 touchdowns. I think they're going to make a statement today against Kentucky. Red, who you got?
I got Georgia. Easy victory. Don't know what kind of statement they're going to make today playing Kentucky. Because like I say, it's not one of the teams that nobody's going to be talking about at the end of the season. But UGA, they had better win today after that Alabama game.
All right, Coach. Is it unanimous?
Georgia. Well, why waste time? It's not going to be.
How about Vincent said Georgia State got more street cred than Tech?
They hardly. Oh my God, that's not right. Georgia Tech got plenty of street cred. They just playing on the wrong street today. I don't know what.
Maurice, what's up, bro? Good morning to you, man. Glad to have you on the show. Glad to have you, man. Vincent Woodruff said UGA by 17.
That sound about right.
Kelly said I'm picking UGA. Ukulele. Okay. That's one of them Georgia Tech things, I guess. Maurice Thor says UGA by 14, and then Amani still basking off that Alabama win over Georgia. He says Georgia wins, and Vincent Woodruff is laughing. All right, we got one more game, and then we'll get to halftime real quickly. Who you got? It's back on you, Coach. Ohio State, number 3, going against Penn State, who took an L last week.
Yeah. Ohio State, they're going to change it. They're going to reverse the name of Penn State out of this week because some of them going to want to commit themselves to the state pen. It's over for Penn State. Goodbye national championship. Goodbye any thoughts of Big 12 championship. Ohio State put you out your misery this week.
All right. Coach has Ohio State. Red, who you rolling with?
The same. Penn State has no chance after that unbelievable screw up by James Marshall, right?
Yeah.
James Franklin.
James Franklin.
Yeah, Franklin. After that unbelievable screw up to Indiana, man, that was pretty much your season, especially with Ohio State, your second game. You're definitely finna lose to them. That's going to be 0-2. You're going to be done, okay? Justin Fields is going to have a field day on Penn State, okay? And he's going to increase his stock a little bit further. And without trouble this week, Fields going to have a chance to really increase his stock as far as being the top pick. So look for Fields to have a field day against Franklin the Fool at Penn State.
All right, so it's clear that the fans are predicting a blowout, and I'm joining the blowout party. that the Buckeyes are really going to make some noise on today and really make James Franklin be under the hot seat after this game because it may get ugly. And I see Justin Fields having another big game. Now, Red, I think
Yes, sir.
Armani said Justin Fields is about to win the Heisman. You agree?
Like I say, without Trevor playing this week, he got a big opportunity to increase his stock. No Trevor. He's gonna be the center of attention. He definitely has a chance to put himself in a front seat for the Heisman.
Coach, what do you think? Justin Fields, Heisman?
If he continued to play like he played last weekend, he was almost perfect against Nebraska. So if he puts up those kind of numbers, he gonna steal it right out from under Trevor Lawrence, and he'll be the Heisman Trophy winner big time because if he gets Ohio State to the national championship, it's his. So.
All right, and we got a couple more comments. Vincent Woodruff said it'll be his to lose for sure. So we'll see what happens. And that ends the first half of the Red and Rev Sports Show. My brothers, it is officially halftime of the Red and Rev Sports Show. So we got one more half of the Red and Rev Sports Show coming to you live. It's halftime. I must admit, I do miss the dances. But nevertheless, we got to keep it moving virtually. Ladies and gentlemen, we've talked World Series baseball. We talked about Tony La Russa. We made our picks. We talked about Trevor Lawrence contracted COVID. Now it's time in the second half to talk a little NBA basketball. Then we got some pro football to talk about, and then we're going to make our picks. So hang out with your boys, Red Rev and the Coach, for second half for about 45 more minutes. Let's get ready to do it.
Oh.
All right, here we go. Getting ready for the second half of the Red and Rev Sports Show, and I hope you all have enjoyed the show so far. I hope y'all are enjoying the new technology that we're bringing to the show. So if y'all are enjoying it, we really are glad that you all are enjoying it. We always trying to find ways to increase the productivity and production of the show. We had a few more comments, so let's read those comments. Armani still talking about Justin Fields. At Georgia kept Fields.
Oh, God.
All right, so Red doesn't want to hear more about Justin Fields leaving Georgia. That's clear. Maurice Thor says Fields needs to play lights out because the Heisman is Trevor Lawrence's to lose. I'm not sure about that because with this COVID piece, that may hurt him, especially if he sits out multiple weeks. If he only misses Boston College, then I agree. But if he misses the Notre Dame game, that's going to hurt his chances to win the Heisman Trophy. Matter of fact, let me go back here. Vincent Woodruff said, Red bringing it like the halftime show of an HBCU. So that Fort Valley blood that your mama instilled in you was showing during halftime.
Appreciate that, Vince.
All right, and Maurice Thorpe, all he needs is a drum major staff. All right, Vince.
Maurice, how those Marlins and Heat doing?
And Vincent Woodruff is loving the new tech. Great job, guys. Thank you all so much. Appreciate the love, Vince. We're trying to make this thing as crisp as possible. So we still working out some more kinks, but I'm glad that you liked it. All right, let's get ready to move into another topic. And we're really going to have to see what Red got to talk about because it may be affecting his Lakers. So let's go into it.
Uh-oh. Lakers talk.
We're talking a little basketball. And we see that there's a little friction on when the season will start. We see that the NBA commissioner, Adam Silver, and the owners trying to target a December 22nd date so that they can get that Christmas money from the revenue that is generated from Christmas, television commercials, and all that stuff. But the NBA players are saying not so fast. We're looking more like a ML King holiday start date. So, with that being said, Red, I want to ask you this.
Yes, sir.
Do you think that your Lakers players in particular, LeBron James and Anthony Davis, will be present to watch the banner ceremony?
Yep.
And will they be in uniform?
Oh, okay. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. They'll be present. Oh, you definitely know they'll be present for the banner and the ring ceremony. Now, will they be playing? Will they be in uniform? That is the $1 million question. And I think, let's see, how many millions will LeBron and AD be making it next season? I don't know, Real. Now, personally, I would not blame. Let me get this. Okay. I wouldn't blame LeBron at all if he sat out. I mean, the guy's aging. I wouldn't blame him at all if he decided to sit out the first few weeks of the season. AD, we know how brittle he is, and the fact that he made it through a whole season without even getting hurt seriously, whew, that's a miracle in itself right there, because you best believe everybody in Laker Nation was holding their breath. Every time Anthony Davis went down to the floor, every time he started holding this arm or this knee or this elbow, like I say, the man just a brittle baby. But like I say, the bodies are worn down. Them legs are tired. They need their proper rest. So I would not blame any team that went deep in the playoffs if some of their star players decide to sit out the first few weeks. But like you say, we all know it's a money grab. The NBA loves their Christmas holidays. We all know the NFL gave the NBA this Christmas holiday years ago, and the NBA want to cash in every dollar possible. So I'm not surprised they're trying to get the season started by Christmas. Me personally, I would have waited till at least Martin Luther King holiday. I think that would be more of a convenience and a more feasible start date for most of the athletes across the league. But hey, one thing we know about sports in America, and it's a business. And these businessmen are going to try to access every dollar possible, no matter what it takes. That's how business works in America. That's how America was built, by greedy capitalists trying to exercise every dollar possible to gain as much power and access as they can have. So I'm not surprised with the NBA, but I would love to see the players push back and fight them on this 100%.
Coach, do you feel Red sentiment that the players should fight their NBA owners on when they start the new NBA season? We can't hear you, Coach.
I had been muted. I don't know what happened.
Go ahead.
Somewhat, I guess I mean, with all the technology possible and all the new advancements and everything, just think the players might, you saying we can't start at this time. Play. Y'all in good shape. Y'all getting what is it? Some of you got more than 2 months off, so you ought to be in really good shape. The team that played down the pipe to the finals, okay, they may have a slight gripe, but still, you all are athletes. You're getting paid athletes money. I mean, come on, you're getting paid all that money to play. Get out there and play basketball. I mean, you have plenty of time to rest. They're not making you play every night. You got days off. You got time to rest. And if you don't want to play, fine. That's your team's record, So nobody gonna force you. But if you want to win a championship, then you'll do what you have to do.
So you don't think that teams like the Lakers and we'll say the Miami Heat, since they were the last two teams standing in the bubble, are not affected by only having 2 months rest when they are accustomed to at least getting 3 to 4 months rest, Coach?
I'm gonna tell you, and I understand that, but I'm gonna tell you why. In some ways I don't agree with, because these same guys, they talking about rest, but you look up in Club Fred's and they up in there dancing and drinking. No, they ain't. If they're worried about rest, they'll be at home. But they ain't gonna be at home. They gonna be making public appearances here and going out to here and being here and everything. And next thing you know, then they were talking about, oh, I'm tired. Yeah. Stay at home if you're tired. Go on a vacation with your family. Do stuff like that. But don't be talking about, oh, this is too early. But next thing we know, so-and-so was spotted with some friends at such and such. No. If you really tired.
Hey, Real, it's coach is kind of like those players and coaches that say they want to take time off with the family, and then next thing you know, they got a TV job on ESPN and TNT.
or eat lemon pepper wings again. Yeah.
All right, well, let's
come on.
Alexis Hill says, I meant the first. Oh, well, we got to get your first comment. I'm sorry. We're missing you, bro. Missed that first comment. We've got to move on. All right, Chris says, give the NBA players time with their families for the holidays and start the season mid-January. So, Coach, Chris clearly does not agree with your take, all right? You do have somebody in your basketball amen corner. Kelly said, Coach is speaking facts. He's got a point.
What about what he said about Georgia Tech?
Uh-oh.
I'm just playing. Go ahead, y'all.
So
she didn't hear me, Coach.
Woodruff has said.
Now I'm thinking what Woodruff said.
Daniel House is screaming for the league to start. On time. We got to get out the doghouse.
I know. Daniel House been sleeping in his guest house for the last few months.
Yeah. Chris Traylor said, you ain't lying though, Coach. We know Lemon Pepper Lou gonna be in Magic City. And then Maurice said, they're really pushing for Christmas, but what about the fans? The main issue is with the arenas and how to accommodate the pay in public. The bubble was a good idea, but they want every dollar possible. But the reality is they may not be in position to get every dollar possible, especially with COVID going crazy again. We've seen the numbers spike. It's spreading all over the country, so it's going to be kind of interesting what happens. So we'll see what happens. But Skip Bayless believes that the players are going to lose this battle because the NBA owners have lost too much money, especially what happened with the bubble and them not getting that playoff money.
Yeah, I'll make it.
All right, Ray, you with us?
Oh, so sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah.
You so overcome by the chat line. I don't know. We want to join the chat line. No, I'm just playing. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens, and I hope that there's no major backlash because of what happens between the owners and the players. I hope they can find some common ground. And for the sake of the players, having played the game, knowing how important rest is, I hope they can make January work. But I know the owners are thinking about that Christmas revenue. They're the only sport on the screen. They get major advertisement dollars for those companies that seek to advertise during those games on Christmas Day. So I know the owners don't want to throw that money.
Well, if they play on in December, I can see them starting right on Christmas. But then I can see a lot of players, they might play that Christmas game, just for it being the first game. And then I can see a lot of players, taking the LeBron approach when he set out them 2 weeks, like them 2 weeks early in the season. Don't be surprised if you see a lot of that happening. Like they'll play the first couple of games, but don't be surprised if you see a lot of players sitting out the first couple of months now. They're going to be taking these mini vacations.
Well, I think it all depends on what happens in free agents. Because some of these players may not be able to afford to stay out 2 weeks, especially if some teams get extremely better. So that could be the difference between home court advantage and getting bounced out of the first or second round. So I think a lot of these guys are talking that talk now, but they may not continue to talk that talk depending upon who's on the roster on another team. Because, say, for instance, we know the Lakers that's currently constructed, they can't afford to be out for that extended period of time. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, because imagine LeBron taking 2 weeks out. That may be like a 3-game losing streak. Who knows? And those 3 games could come back to haunt him. So we'll see what happens.
If he take 2 weeks out, he better be ready to come stretch run. Like, February, March.
Yeah.
Who's celebrating this now with the players?
Who?
One of the players defected from all this talk about starting early. That's Kawhi Leonard. He probably do load management the first month. He won't be playing anyway, so
he might. Vincent Woodruff says those child support payments are always due every month.
we know a lot of them got him. Dwight Howard, oh my God, his son don't even like him no more. Y'all been hearing that stuff about Dwight Howard and his son?
Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about that. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad for Dwight. It's definitely bad. That's no good thing when your child has no respect for you. But let's move on real quickly, and we see that Mike D'Antoni finds work. He moved from being the head coach of coaches Houston Rockets to being the assistant coach of one of his former players in Phoenix, Steve Nash. So, Red, you put your hand over your eyes, so I'm going to start with you first, because that means you got some real emotions about this particular topic. So what are your thoughts about Mike D'Antoni becoming a part of Steve Nash's staff on with the Brooklyn Nets?
Who's next? Are we gonna give Joe Johnson and Leandre Barbosa a call too? I mean, come on, Jalen Rose, you got a spot for him on the coaching staff. I mean, they are taking the entire Phoenix Sun team of the early 2000s and putting them right on the Nets. I mean, that's the whole starting lineup is pretty much the coaching staff. I mean, you got Steve Nash, you got Omar Stoudemire, you got Mike D'Antoni. I mean, who else? Is Steve Kerr gonna come over there and run the operations? Like he did. So it's just hilarious. And Durant and Kyrie talking about they don't have a coach. This is gonna be a collaborative effort. Really? So Durant and Kawhi. Oh my God, Kyrie. I don't know how I mispronounced his name. So Durant and Kyrie are gonna collaborate with Amari, D'Antoni, and Steve. What? Doing every time out. So every time out, while the players are walking back to the bench, Durant and Kyrie gonna meet in the middle of the court with the other coaches in the coaching huddle too. I mean, what in the world is going on in New Jersey? And they think this type of dysfunction is gonna win a championship. Really? In the East? Man, you ain't gonna even get out the East. And it just so happen if you do, you definitely won't beat my Lakers. Not with this type of dysfunction. So look, congratulations, Kyrie and Durant. You finally got a team you can control. But good luck seeing that team win anything. I'll bet anybody these two guys don't get any rings anytime soon. Look, Fred, your Brooklyn Nets, they'll be talked about, but they're not winning in the championships. Next.
All right, Coach, what do you think about Red's take? Was Mike D'Antoni a good hire, and do you think the Nets will make some moves with this hire?
Sure, they'll make some moves. They're not gonna make any moves to win, but they're gonna make some moves. I mean, Kyrie should be jumping up and down. He got an offensive mind. Him and Durant. That means they're gonna open up the floor. They let them shoot all day, and the rest of the team. Well, y'all can get some points when you can, but where's the defense? Who you hired for your defense? You got to find somebody for defense. Steve Nash, they keep saying that's almost like a contradiction. They said Steve Nash is going to be able to mold Kyrie into the way he used to play, but then you bring Mike D'Antoni in there who's going to say Kyrie shoot, Kevin shoot. I mean, how's that going to work out? That's almost what is an oxymoron, a contradiction, or whatever. So it sounds like it's going to be an implosion somewhere. I don't know when it's going to happen, but we're going to see when the first fallout takes place, when Kyrie fusses with Steve Nash talking about that's not what Mike D'Antoni said.
So you think that Mike D'Antoni will have that much of an impression on the team where they will be questioning Steve Nash's credibility because of what Mike D'Antoni said?
I can see something to that effect happening with three different. I mean, they got three totally different personalities with Nash, D'Antoni, and Kyrie. And Kyrie, like again, unless he proves me wrong this year, he has shown the absolute ability as an NBA player to destroy a team by himself. He ain't got LeBron to look at him and say, "Hey, man, stop." He gonna do it. And Kevin Durant is not gonna be tough enough. He's gonna make a call to his mom and say, "Kyrie doing it again." So,
and coach, what about all those Brooklyn Nets who were on the team prior that made the playoffs? What are they gonna think about all these rapid changes and whatnot? Because you remember now, you remember the team that was supposed to challenge for a Western Conference championship this year. You remember they had a lot of changes too coming in, and they had players before who were used to a certain way. And when those new players got there and started, implicating their own style, what did those previous players? How did they feel about that? So I'm talking about the Clippers. So how are the Nets who sat there and worked their butts off in the bubble during the playoffs, been there long before Kyrie and Durant got there? How are they gonna feel about all these changes coming in? Because you need more than two players to win a championship. So everything just gonna be about these two players, and the other 7 or 8 players not gonna even be thought about. I wonder how is that gonna play out? Because what we know, NBA players making millions of dollars, they got pride, and they not gonna care how much money Kyrie and Durant making. They just looking at them as other guys, other men to them, other players. They not gonna be impressed at all.
All right. Vincent Woodruff said he can also have Mike on the staff in case things go south. You cut loose staff members before the owner fires you. So, in other words, he's saying that Steve Nash can use Mike D'Antoni as a scapegoat if things don't go bad, if things do go bad. So that's interesting. Harry Thor says, I agree with Coach. Kyrie Irving is a weirdo. So let's see how he takes the tutelage from Nash and D'Antoni.
It'll never happen. It would never happen.
I'm just looking forward to seeing how Kyrie and KD handle their first blow up. That's what I want to see. Who's going to be the guy? Who's going to be the guy that's going to step up and take leadership? Because neither one of them have any experience leading a team. KD may have led with his play, but not as the verbal leader of a team. So that's going to be really interesting to see what happens. All right. Okay. I don't need to post Red's comments because you on the show. So Red, I got to make sure I see that bright face right there and I don't put him on the screen because he's on. All right. Miss Harris says, I'm already feeling sorry for the Nets with two temperamental ego-less. Okay.
I'm with you, Miss Harris. I don't think they, like I say, this is gonna be, you know how we like the Falcons as a comedy show? The Brooklyn Nets next season, that's gonna be a comedy show right there. I just can't, like you say, Rev, I can't wait to see all the stories coming out of that team next year. It's gonna be funny.
It's definitely gonna be funny. And we'll see definitely what happens. All right, man. Let's switch gears real quickly, and we're gonna go into some NFL and coaches here to gloat a little bit because he's on fire. Because here are the standings, and we see that you will see in just a moment why Red is covering his face because he is starting to pull an epic choke job. And he may be next in line to go to Longhorns, and we get him paying again. So we'll see. And Coach might win his first championship. We know that 2020 is a strange year, so that might be very much. But here's the standings, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see through the ticker, one Coach Patrick Thomas is 52, 26, and 1 with the and I made a mistake on coaches. Let me correct that mistake real quickly so that we can give coaches just due. He has a 66% winning percentage. That should be 66 and not 63. So if we're gonna show it, we got to show it right there. It is. He has a 66% winning percentage. Red is now 3 games behind Coach. 49, 29, and 1 with the 63% winning percentage. And I'm holding up the rear, which is very rare. 45 and 33 and 1 with the 58% winning percentage. And my goal now is just to catch Red. I don't mind finally letting Coach win a championship since I got 2. But we still got a lot more football to go. We still got a lot more football to go. So let's see real quickly. Somebody said, is Red having a Falcons moment? Oh, man. Oh, and there go Red commenting again. Remind me, Coach, stop putting Red on the screen when he's on the show. All right? I need somebody to throw that reminder. Stop putting Red on the screen where he's on the show. All right, gentlemen, let's get some NFL picks, music going in just a moment.
No more going out on the limb for me, man. I got to get tight now. I got to get tight.
Well, you definitely been doing it the past 2 weeks, and you've been burned the past 2 weeks.
I know, man. I told you them field goal kickers, man. Them field goal kickers killing me. But don't worry, because no more going. I ain't giving no more teams benefit of doubt. Because Rev, you buying that Longhorn, is it? Because I ain't gonna get in last place. So, Coach, I'm chasing Coach, and Rev chasing me. So, well, we got that. This gonna be fun right here.
The NFL pick devil is a lie. All right, I'm not gonna be buying the Longhorn.
Pick devil.
The NFL pick devil is a lie. All right, here we go.
Pick devil.
Here we go, gentlemen. Let's get ready to make some picks. I think we ended it on Coach last. So, Red, it's officially on you. Patriots versus the Bills in Buffalo. Who you got, Red?
Oh, my God. Well, I got to start off with this game, man. We got Cam coming off an ultimate loss last week. He down. He just defeated. He at rock bottom right now, Cam Newton, and he got to go to Buffalo and face what we still trying to figure out what type of Buffalo team this is. At first, we thought they were on their way up, but they don't had a few letdowns lately. But I think they bounced back and got a win last week. Man, whew. This could be the end of the Belichick era if the Pats lose this game. Cam Newton, you might never get a starting job again. You lose this game. But the Bills are such a good team, and oh my God. Why am I acting like it's so much pressure? The Bills.
All right. Red has the Bills. It's on me. I'm going with the Bills as well. I think the Patriots are in some serious trouble. I had a chance to watch that New England game against the 49ers, and the 49ers just ran that ball down their throat, just embarrassed them. And the Bills have that kind of talent on offense. So I'm going with the Bills. Sorry, James West. James West said, don't do it, Rev. Pats. I got to do it. I'm going with the Bills, especially at home. I'm going with the Bills.
Well, especially after Cam choked up last week, James. You the only one believing in Cam.
Coach, it's on you. Who you got?
It's unanimous.
Unanimous.
Patriots are in free fall. They in trouble.
All right.
I can't believe we saying that about a Bill Belichick coach team. So I guess without Tom Brady, we got the Cleveland Browns Bill Belichick.
All right. The next game is a real one.
Woo!
I am anticipating to see if he's going to follow through on what he said he's going to do. So I am, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say what you said all week long. I've been talking to this. I'm going to give him some kindness today, this young man, and he's been telling me that he's going to pick against his Steelers because his Steelers are bound to lose a game potentially in Baltimore because Baltimore and the Ravens do split each year. So I do go first, and I have tiptoe anticipation to see if Coach have been giving me fake news all week long. So
not fake news.
I am going to go with the Ravens. They are coming off a bye week. The Steelers are coming off a hard-fought game against the Titans. They really almost came up short against the Titans after dominating the game. I think the Ravens are the more rested team. I think they have a recipe to stop the Steelers' passing attack, and I think with Lamar Jackson's ability to run, I think that's going to pose too much of a problem for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I'm going with the Ravens. All right, Coach. It's time to see if you were just giving me noise pollution all week.
I like that word, noise pollution. Well, I mean, it has all the makings, like they used to say on TV. You got the Ravens bringing in fans. You got the game in Baltimore. You got they done signed one of their linemen to a big deal. But I found out something that's going to make me stay with the Steelers. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you what happened. No. See, now what happened is Mark Ingram will not play. So now the Steelers can make Lamar Jackson one-dimensional and make him throw the ball. And they showed some highlights of him throwing the ball the last few weeks, and it has not been very good. You know, and they know he's going to run. It's a guarantee they're going to spy him on the run. But they've been showing Lamar Jackson throws. He's throwing worse than, what's his name, Paul Crew in The Longest Yard when they told him to throw the game. He's throwing ball at people's feet, overthrowing people, and he's starting to look bad. He had Mark Andrews several times. So my time is going with my Steelers.
Like we have.
I love it.
You will not. This is the rule now. You will never waste my time pulling me to the side, talking about how. And I knew that was just a whole bunch of using Joe Biden's term, who I hope wins this week. Malarkey. We knew that was some nothing but malarkey, man. That was nothing but malarkey.
Not malarkey.
But we gonna act like J.D. Dobbins is a bum.
Like Dobbins didn't run against the Pittsburgh defense.
Are we gonna act like J.D. Dobbins is a bum?
Okay, Rev, you forgot. J.D. Dobbins had not run against a defense that's only giving up 6 to 8 yards a game. But he can be the greatest back in the world, but you saw.
But he got something to offset with Lamar Jackson's ability.
You so saw what we did.
But Tannehill is not Lamar Jackson, though, Coach.
Lamar Jackson didn't have the accuracy of Tannehill either.
Yeah, but who you want behind center, Lamar Jackson or Tannehill? All right, I want you to have you answer. Go ahead, Red. What's your pick, Red?
Coach should have went last on this, man. But anyway, look, I don't care if Mark Ingram plays. I don't care if James Ingram plays. It could be Terry Ingram out there, okay? Pittsburgh is going to win this game. I don't know what Coach was doing, wasting all that talk about Baltimore. Look, simple as this. Ben Roethlisberger can throw, and Lamar Jackson can't throw. They both got good running games. They both got good defenses. I know the Ravens at home, but Pittsburgh is on the road, and they ain't about to get beat by no nerd-throwing Lamar Jackson, okay? They're gonna stop the run. They're going to put Lamar in a situation where he's going to throw that ball, and all he's going to do is throw a lot of picks to Pittsburgh's secondary, okay? So Pittsburgh's secondary, be ready, because Lamar Jackson going to throw it to you. So be ready, and Pittsburgh going to stay undefeated. I'm telling you, boy, you better watch out, man. Pittsburgh going for that submarine this year.
All right, I'm sure that was music to Coach's ear. Miss Harris said, I love Coach's objectivity regarding the Steelers. Mr. Woodruff said, Coach summoned the Ravens to give him this info. Bend the knee, Coach. Take the Ravens. And James West is in reds, picking the Pittsburgh Steelers amen corner. So we see that West is excited about red taking the Steelers. All right, gentlemen, let's get ready for the next game. And here we got, and it's on you, Coach, Raiders versus the Browns.
Really?
Who you got, Coach?
Okay, we got a game here. Two up and comers, two teams that seem to be somewhat. Raiders are 3-3, but nobody thought they were going to be 3-3 in second place. You know, they behind KC, who they not going to catch. And the Browns are still a mirage. They beat the Bengals, but everybody else beat the Bengals. I'm going with the Raiders.
You going with the who?
Raiders.
The Raiders?
I don't trust Baker Mayfield. I never trust him. Oh, yeah, he had a great game against Cincinnati.
Who you going with, Red?
I am taking the Browns at home. The Browns are 5-2. The Raiders are definitely playing improved football this season, but I like the Browns just a little bit more. I know Odell Baby went down, but for some inexplicable reason, Baker Mayfield plays better when Odell Baby is not even playing. When you don't have to worry about getting that ball to Odell Beckham to keep his stats on the rise, Baker Mayfield actually plays competent football. Myles Garrett is having a heck of a season, leading the NFL in sacks. I like the way the Browns defense is playing. I think the Browns defense can get up in Derek Carr just a little bit, enough to throw him off his game, and enough for Baker Mayfield to score enough points and then let the Browns get a much needed victory at home. Browns win this game. They 6-2 and they rising. So I'm gonna pick the Browns to stay hot. Like I say, I know Odell Beckham is not playing, but Baker plays better when he doesn't have to worry about Odell Beckham and getting him his catches and his numbers. He's gonna spread the ball around. They're gonna use that running game to offset it. The defense is gonna play pretty decent at home versus Derek Carr and the Raiders. I do like the Raiders are an improved team, but not enough to beat the Cleveland at home this week. Come on, Baker. Show me something at home this week. Baker and the Browns.
I'm not going with Baker's dozen. I'm going with the Raiders. I think John Gruden knows how to stop one Baker Mayfield. And I do believe that not having Odell Beckham is going to put more pressure on the wide receivers for the Cleveland Browns. I think Jarvis Landry is going to struggle a little bit. So I'm going to put my pick with the Raiders. And I'm going
everybody
to beat the Browns.
Nobody riding with me this week. Okay, y'all. I hope the Browns win. I'm going to tell all y'all something.
Well, let's see. You might have to retract that statement, Red, because remember, we do have fans. James West is going with the Raiders. Alexis Hill is right.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Then we got Vincent Woodruff with the Raiders. James West tells us why the Raiders defense will stiff the the Browns.
What? You are crazy, James.
Oh, here you go. Mr. Miami is rolling with you, Red.
Okay, Mr. Miami.
In this situation, and James West like coach's assessment. Heather Joy, who doesn't know who's probably Heather Joy, my bad. Go Browns.
Uh-oh.
I would ask how she came to that conclusion, but God bless her. All right, way to go, Heather. She said, "Go Browns." I'm used to her saying something about the Lions, but she went and picked another game. Go Browns. Go Browns.
Thank you, Heather, and thanks, Armani. And shut up, Vince, about that model bus coming.
All right, and then Maury says, Red brings up a very valid point. Losing OBJ is addition by subtraction via injury. Okay, y'all believe that if you want to. Cool. James says Browns are returning to mediocre. And Vincent Woodruff says Baker plays competent football when he's handing the ball off and he doesn't have to think. Still take the Raiders because Baker's still Baker and overflated nobody. And then Armani has the Browns. There you go, Red.
Appreciate it, Armani.
See what happens when you don't pick on Colin Sexton. He rolls with you.
See the Colin Sexton reference.
Then Vincent Wood just says Red riding solo on this one, riding the martyr by himself. And then
I've been there, Vincent. Don't bring me back to those days.
Heather Joy said very funny.
Uh-oh.
James West, no OBJ. And then come on, Sister Harris, we don't need that right there.
No more pies.
No more pies. She's a great baker, Miss Heather Joy, my Spelman sister, great baker. She has a great food ministry. All right, here we go. Let's move on to the next game. I got my mind messed up real quickly. So let's go to the next game. And we have Colts versus Lions.
Wow.
Red, it's on you.
Why y'all start off on me with these crazy games? All right, we got the Colts and Phillip Rivers. I can't even remember. I think they was on a bye week last week, wasn't it? I don't even remember talking about them last week. So they was on a bye week. Okay, coming off. What'd you say, Red?
Was off for fantasy football. So yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So the Colts coming off a bye week playing the Lions, coming off a victory against the Falcons, I think. So, Now who's at home? The Lions, right?
Yep.
And I'm gonna take the Lions at home to beat the Colts. Both teams about the same. They both got veteran quarterbacks. Both can show up and carve you up. They also can show up and make a ton of mistakes. But since the Lions are at home, I'll say Stafford makes the least amount of mistakes this week, whereas River might make one or two mistakes in that Lions secondary, which we all know is the bread of their defense. I see the Lions getting one or two interceptions, which will propel the Lions to have one or two more plays than the Chargers do. I'll take the Lions at home over the Chargers.
All right. So
Lions at home over the Colts. I'm sorry. Phillip don't play for the Chargers no more.
All right. This is a tough one right here. But I'm going to go with Matthew Stafford over Phillip Rivers. That's what it boils down to me. And I'm going to go with Red on this one and get the Lions. The Lions at home. And I don't trust Phillip Rivers to outduel Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford had an impressive victory over the Falcons, leading the team to game-winning score with less than 2 minutes last week. And I think they'll roll on that momentum, and they will beat the Colts. So hopefully Blankenship will get a lot of fantasy points from them, but I'm going to go with the Lions. So you got, Coach?
Y'all said it right, and you said the one thing that I agree on. I don't trust Phillip Rivers for nothing in the world. I don't trust him to lead a horse to water. No, I'm going with the Lions. I don't trust Rivers.
All right. So we made it unanimous with the Lions. That's one of the few times that we've ever done that. James West said Rivers is due for a W. Well,
Next
I don't
week.
see that next week, not this week. That's what I was thinking as well. All right, let's get ready to go to the next game, gentlemen. And it's on me. Rams versus Dolphins.
Ooh. Two time.
This is a tough one. This is a tough one because Miami plays well at home. The Rams are playing excellent football. And if the Rams were a cold weather team, I would pick against the Rams if they were a cold weather team, but they play in nice weather just like the Miami Dolphins. So going to Miami won't be a huge shock to their bodies because a lot of people don't even realize that's why oftentimes the Patriots struggle against the Dolphins when they would play in Miami, especially during the middle to the end of the season because the climate change was a big difference. So that's why the Dolphins always played them well when the Patriots would go to Miami. But I'm going to go with the Rams. I'm going to go with the Rams. I think the Rams are going to take care of business, and they've been playing solid football, and I like what the Rams are doing, so I'm going with the Rams. All right. Coach, who you got?
Hey, man. Tour time. Everybody hyped up over the Tua first start, and the person that's most hyped up than anybody in the world other than his family, unfortunately, is Aaron Donald. And Aaron Donald wants to meet him and talk to him and shake his hand and say, I'm glad that you made to the NFL, but I'm going to have to sack you about 3 or 4 times. I'm so sorry. I'm going to pick you up, but it's not going to be a very pleasant start for Tua. I'm sorry. Rams.
All right. Red, who you got, man?
Coach, you took my comment, man. I was just gonna say something about that. I thought you were gonna leave it at that when you say everybody's excited, because I was gonna come in and say I know who else is excited, but you're right. I'll tell you who else is excited too. Jalen Ramsey playing some of the best quarterback this year in the NFL. I know he's excited to play that rookie. This is unanimous, you guys. Like I say now, one thing I do know. Brian, the coach of the Dolphins, he did prepare well for Jared Goff when he was defensive coordinator of the Patriots when they played him in the Super Bowl. But that being said, I know the Rams defensive players are just licking their chops to play that rookie this week. I don't see Donald or Ramsey or that Rams defense getting beat by a rookie. Not this week. It's Tua time for sure. Just not this week. Maybe next week. But I think Tua is going to be a good quarterback. They just playing the wrong defense this week. The Rams.
So, Red, we're going to act like Bill Belichick wasn't in the defensive room when they were preparing the game plan for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but Brian Flores is a great defense, is a good defensive mind too.
I give you that. He is a great defensive mind, but it does help to have Belichick in the room.
True.
Arguably the best defensive mind to ever do it in the NFL. So I think that goes a long way. We got a lot of comments right here that I'm backed up on. Let's see right here. Where are we? Goodness gracious.
Hey, we were balling today, man. This new technology bringing all the fans out.
I think folks loving to see their names pop up on the screen. So some folks are talking about the Lions beat the Falcons barely. Come on, man. For James West didn't like somebody's take. And,
I guess that was my take.
Okay. And Maurice Thrower says it's Tua time. It's Tua time. All right. And then Heather Joy said, that's right. So I think she's laughing at something my mother said. James.
No more. She said, no more pies for you.
About the pie.
Okay. We're going to see how that lasts. But we'll go ahead on with the Rams. James West calls the Rams. Alexis Hill says Rams. James West says Rams are firing on all cylinders. James West likes my take. I like when James West likes one of your takes. He gives you that extra boost. He either gives you some emojis or some extra commentary. So you know you in the house when James West goes and rides with you.
Hey, passionate sports fan. One of my UPS coworkers. Passionate sports fan.
All right, Red giving them some love. Vincent Woodruff says Rams will run the ball. Goff may try a way to screw it up. they should get by Tua. Tua, I'd like to introduce you to Aaron Donald. No doubt about it. Woodruff, Vincent Woodruff says Rams hand down. West. James West was in coach's amen corner. Maurice Thor, the Rams tend to play better on the road, but I'm praying that Aaron Donald doesn't blow up Tua. Hope Tua prays that prayer. He's a religious man. Rams, but Tua might have a decent game. Good luck to him. James said Jalen is quietly balling. Vincent Woodruff was in Reds. Amen. Corner facts red. Ramsey will be lurking. Tua will be seeing a lot of 20 and 99. And Maurice Thor says, personally speaking, I wish Coach Flores would start Tua with a more feasible opponent. I would agree with that. That's
Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey for your first game. Woo!
Yeah, that's throwing your young kid to the woods, man. That's throwing your young kid to the woods. So I hope Tua survives. Who's it on? Is it on? It's on you, Coach. Okay, thank you for paying.
Oh, thankfully.
All right, so we got Saints versus Bears. Who you got, Coach?
Let's see. No Michael Thomas playing this weekend again, but Nick Foles is starting to slide a little bit back down to earth, and they were talking about Mitch Trubisky maybe playing. And Drew Brees, he's still Drew Brees no matter what, and he still finds Kamara and those guys. I'm going to go with Saints.
Going with the Saints. Man, this is a tough one. Go ahead, Red. It's on you.
No, it's on you, man. Well, I gotta go. It's on you, man. I'm not trying. It's on me.
Yeah, it's on you.
Oh, man. I needed you to go this time, Red. Okay.
Almost went, but I remember I was like, man, I ain't got to think. This is Red's turn. Go ahead, Red.
All right. Let's see. I'm losing power. Okay. Man. I mean, the Bears let me down last week, man. They had a chance to beat the Rams. And like I say, Saints don't have Michael Thomas. Kamara got a little beat up last week. Not sure if Emmanuel Sanders is back from COVID. Drew Brees is Drew Brees, but he's not having his greatest year. Oh, God. Bears. I know it's going to kill me. And I swear, if I'm at Longhorn because of this pick, I swear I'm going to put Bears, though. Bears.
I'm actually going to roll with you, Red. I'm going to go with
you. I know. It's a touchy game. It could go either way.
I think the Saints are due for another loss. They've been squeaking by various teams without Michael Thomas. The Bears have a very good defense, and we saw what that defense did to Tom Brady on a Thursday night against the Giants.
That's why I've been rolling with them.
So I think they can apply that same type of pressure to Breeze that they put on Tom Brady, where they really, made Tom Brady look very ordinary, which is one of the few times that he looked ordinary. So I'm going to roll with the Bears, man. I'm going to roll with the Bears. And plus, I need to try to get a game up on Coach at some point. I got to get it. Well, I know I could possibly get one with that Ravens pick, but we'll see what happens. All right.
Come on, Nick Foles. We just need you to make a couple of plays, Nicky. Just pretend like it's the playoffs, man. God, this guy looking worse than Mitchell Trubisky, man. But they don't need to put him back in the game. Nick Foles can win his game. He just got I think they were saying him and the coach had some issue with the play calling or something this week. Well, they better get that worked out.
See, I learned in picking football, it happens the same way in church, where you have a witness at one point and then that witness leaves you. You see how James West left me real quickly? He was riding with me on my last pick, and I've lost a disciple already. He said, no, Fred.
It's more like, no, hell no.
Oh, man. All right, last game, and we're done. Here we go, 49ers versus Seahawks. And who's on?
It ain't
It's
on
on
me.
you.
It ain't on me. No.
It's on you, man.
I'll take it. This on me.
I think it's on you. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
on.
I'm taking Sierra Wilson to bounce back this week against Cali.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. He played like Sierra Sunday night. That's why I won the Arizona game. But yeah, Seattle will bounce back this week versus the 49ers. I'm back to hating on old Kyle Shanahan again because I don't want the Niners to make the playoffs. So I am back to hating on the Niners, and I'm back to loving Russell and Seattle along with Arizona. But definitely this week, I'm taking Seattle and Russell to have a huge bounce back game from that awful loss in Arizona last week. Come on, Russ. I need Russell, not Sierra this week.
This might be the quote of the day. After James left my flock, James backslid. Love it, Bishop Woodruff. Call him out. Tell him to come on back home, man. But we see this is going to be a good game, man. And I've been riding with the 49ers. I won't even brag about how I picked that 49ers game last week like y'all didn't. The way that the 49ers went into New England and smashed the Patriots, and I was the only one who picked that game. I won't say I told you so, but I did tell you so. But this is a different opponent. Russell Wilson has to have a bounce back game, especially since he kind of choked in overtime through that costly interception, which ultimately cost them the game when they had a chance to win the game after the Cardinals kicker missed that initial field goal in overtime. And Russ could have had a chance to end the game, and at least he could have had the team tied because there was really no need to rush to try to get down the field because there's only like 2 minutes and some change left. And he gave the Cardinals a short field. So that's last week.
And gave me life in my picks, too.
He helped Red, a boy only winning one game last week. So that was the best. Because I sure knew we were going to pick up another game on Red. But nevertheless, I'm going to roll with the Seahawks as well, man. Russ has to have a bounce-back game, even though he gave me 60 points in fantasy in losing fashion. I love him, and it gave me a W. I think he's going to bounce back. I don't see 3 picks in his future this week. Plus, the 49ers are just banged up, man. They lost Deebo Samuels. They also lost Wilson, the running back who replaced Mostert, who's hurt as well. So they're like at their 3rd and 4th string running back. And then they're going to have to put a lot of pressure on Kittle and that young kid, the rookie Ayuk from Arizona State. And I just think the Seahawks will score more points because Jimmy G is going to get exposed because he does better with teams who don't have high-powered offense. If he has to go score for score, he's going to lose that battle. So I'm going with I'm not the 49ers. I'm going with the Seahawks to win that game. Coach, it's all on you.
Okay, for you two, I'm going to double back. Y'all sure y'all want to take the Bears? Khalil Mack is questionable. Allen Robinson is out. Cordero Patterson is questionable. Y'all sure y'all still want to take the Bears?
We can't double back now. It's on record now.
Right.
Thanks, Coach, but we appreciate it. We appreciate the offer, though.
We're firm with our pick, man. You got injuries with the Saints as well, so it's fair game.
Oh man, Seattle is going to be without Chris Carson, but I think they got enough with Russell Wilson throwing. Got the wide out still there, so 49ers they still a mash unit. So I'm gonna go with Seattle. I'm about to say the 49ers. No, Seattle.
DJ Metcalf playing, right?
Yeah. That really is somebody's dope moment right there. The way that man hawked down.
Oh.
What's his name? Baker.
DJ Metcalf?
Yeah, Buddha.
Buddha Baker.
Oh, Buddha Burns. Buddha Baker. Man,
that joker going to be on the meme the rest of his life, boy, the way he got hawked
He looked like booty.
Yeah.
Hey, I thought that had killed me with the pick. I was like, oh man, that touchdown right there gonna cost me the game because we needed that one right now. And when DJ Metcalf with his pink hair looking like somebody's son, but with that pink hair hawked him down. Oh man, I just knew Arizona was gonna lose after that.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen, let's get ready to rock and roll as we put a bow on this episode. And it looks like the fans are enjoying this episode and also enjoying our technology. And glad that we can bring them even more into the show and the experience by putting their comments up. And this has been real good. So I'm grateful I tapped into this new technology. So, gentlemen,
shout out to Real for the new technology, brother. We appreciate it, man. Just bringing all these fans. I tell you, fans are up tonight today.
Yeah, man, it's been good. Anybody got an update on the UGA game, real quickly?
I think we went up 7-0. Let me double check.
All right, double check before we go to our "You Have the Right" segment.
Still
7-0.
7.
Yeah.
All right.
And got breaking news.
What's that?
Boston College leading Clemson 14-7.
Oh wow. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, okay.
We said it would have an effect on them.
Well, we'll see what happens, and we'll see if Boston College can seal the deal. All right. Who has a right to do what, when, where, and how? Go with it.
Okay. My Falcons have the right to hire the right GM to come and lead the franchise, and that guy has the right to hire the right coach. And from that, the coach and the GM, they have the right to decide on the correct future for Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, and the rest of the Falcons. So, Falcons, you have a right to improve and improve fast.
All right. Coach.
Large Ben, y'all call him big, I call him large. Large Ben, you have the right to not try to be the gunslinger like you starting to be and try to throw the ball between 3 defensive players. Stay with the program, run the clock, keep Lamar off the field, and you'll get a W. Stop trying to be that gunslinger that I saw last weekend. They let Tennessee back in the game.
All right. And Bears and Ravens. You have the right to give me 2 games so I can get closer to coach. That's all I got for you this week.
But what about Red? You just gonna bypass me?
Red, you go self-destruct. So I'm already ready for you. I got to start concentrating on coach.
God, so y'all just left me back in last place. Red just assuming.
I'm in last place, but I'm speaking into existence. I'm going for first place. I'm not worried about second. We only remember first place. So.
Okay, Rev. I hope you're not eating those words in a few weeks.
I got you. Oh, man. Everybody's showing this breaking news. Boston College up 21-7.
Man.
Yeah, man. It's crazy.
I told you, Trevor Lawrence is the best player on that team. Without him, they don't look like they got a chance. Oh, Lord.
All right, gentlemen, we're going to put a bow on episode 161 of the Red and Rev Sports Show. We'll be back next week for episode 162. And we are very grateful to be alive, especially here in the ATL after that storm. We're glad Red got power. We're glad that tree that snapped in my neighborhood and in my at my home did not damage anything. And we're glad Coach is healthy again. So we have a lot to be grateful for. Everybody be grateful as we move into this month of Thanksgiving. So there's so many reasons to be thankful and understand every day is a day of Thanksgiving. Peace out, everybody. Bless y'all. Thank y'all for the love. And we'll see y'all next week. And we are out.